What is going on, everyone, and welcome to a special video. So today I'm going to be going over the Deve's Encyclopedia. I know there's probably some other videos out there or guides, but I'm only going to go over what I think is important and what I have personally done so I can verify that it works. So I would assume for the most part, everyone's goal is to just get the one extra AP for your sheet because that's pretty important. So I'm going to go up to pretty much everything there. I haven't done the 6th book yet, so yeah. So I'm just gonna go over all of these things. They're probably spreadsheets that you can look up, or just general everything else that you can read. But some things I did look at on the spreadsheet that you could do differently. I'm just gonna point those out. So yeah, collect 7 ores. That's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna show you how to do it, just in case you don't. It's just pretend like you're 5 years old and I have to hold your hand through it. I'm not trying to treat you like a little kid, but here it is. Just go to the market, type ore, scroll down all the way. You see these ores? Just buy 7 of them. Alright, that's part 1 done. Or, that one. Collect 4 coins. That one means, you know those trade items that are bronze coin, silver coin, all those stuff? That works. However, one thing that I specifically did that was a little bit different is any word that, or any item that has the word coin in it works. So what I did, I have a few in here that I could show you as an example, and they worked. So if the item has the word coin in it, it works, and so you just have to find 5 of them. So if you've been playing for a while, you probably have some random leftover event items, and they happen to be a lot of coins. So 1, 2, 3. That's a cookie, not a coin. Just throwing that out there. And then I had, let's see, more in Kepler, 4, 5. So just by having random event items, I completed that quest one easily. However, if you don't have them, they're ancient silver coins, bronze. You can get them from Sawsons, I believe. Pirate Island is a good one to get a lot of them. I'm pretty sure there are some trade quests that work out there too, or on Pirate Island you just kill enemies and you get them. So those are some alternate options. Event items do work as long as it has the term coin in it. Just pointing that out. Alright, next we have collect 5 gold bars. And I'm fishing right now, otherwise I'd show you, but you know those currency bars? When you go talk to any trade manager or something, or your storage keeper, there's the currency exchange. The 1 mil bar, the 10 mil, 100 mil, the 100,000 gold, and one other thing that works is the gold ingot. I have tested this myself. Oh. This thingy, it works. It counts as a gold bar. So, yeah, that one, the 100k bar, 1 million, 10 million, and 100 million, you can just use those. They don't actually take the money from you. They just, checks to see if you have it, and then you can just deposit it back into your bank. You lose a little bit of money by just making the bars, but that's pretty irrelevant. It's what, maybe $1.5 million worth of loss. I mean, you can make it back in 5 minutes or less. Alright, so next we have collect 10 flowers. Literally just playing the game can get you flowers, or you can go to your central market and type flower, buy flowers. Most of this stuff you can actually just straight up buy, so that's pretty good. Some things are a little bit trickier. The sunflower, I'm not really sure if you could use all regular green and blue quality. I think you can, but literally just buy 10 of them, as long as they're flowers, the actual item, not seeds. So 3, 4, and then just find more on your own time. All right, next we have Book 2. Collect 7 types of chairs. Now this one was a little bit tricky for me because I didn't have Amity with all my all the town people. So what you're gonna want to do in every town is go to the furniture person, and then you play an Amity game, and you get about 500 Amity with every town's person, and then you can buy 1 chair for them. Medaya has 3 chairs you can buy, so you go to like 4 towns, and then Medaya, and then you can finish that one up. However, if you are super lazy, just put some orders on chairs on the market, and then easy. Next, collect 3 chandeliers. There's an NPC in Calpheon that just sells chandeliers. So when you're going into Calpheon, there's one NPC in the narrow market area where you're just going straight. It'll be on the left side. Collect 3 beds. One of those, just buy 3 beds off the marketplace kind of thing. Collect artisan stuffed decorations. Now this one actually not really tricked me, but it was a little bit confusing. So there are different qualities. They're looking for artisans, and so that means it's blue quality. So if it has the word artisan in it, and then you're looking for a 3, it doesn't really matter which kind. In my opinions, depending on when you're doing this quest, if you're doing it 6 months later after this was released, or 2 years later, it still should be the same, but the stock may be different. So if you're doing this relatively close to when I uploaded, the one that I got an order first was the stuffed gray wolf head, the stuffed fox head. I mean, these are kind of a little bit more expensive, but the orders will go by really quick, because if you look at some of these, there's 2 orders, and then there's 10 orders. But basically, these are what I personally have done, and then the elk head, I just kind of bought that on the market. It was just right there sitting. So that's what I did. Just collect 3 of any kind. There is a way to make it. Used a fire horn, a green quality, and some damaged leather, which you get from bears in Kama Sylvia. You just have to do a little bit of gathering. But in my case, because I'm a lazy individual, I just bought 3 off the market. And then after I got the quest done, I sold them back. I lost a little bit of money, but it was whatever. It's so minuscule. Alright, so next. Oh, that's it for book 2. Collect 3 corals. Once again, Central Market, type coral, buy 3 of them. Collect 7 things you need to go underwater. Now this one was a little bit tricky, because this one actually involves going out to farm a little bit. So what I did was, I think they're called seal elixirs. Every single one of these counts, so there's 4 out of 7. Just buy all the agile ones. I had to actually look this one up because I wasn't really sure after there's 4. Apparently there's one for the Port Rat daily, or Port Rat quest. You get a helmet for, it's really just decoration, but it counts as a quest item. And then the few items you can get is one down in the Glish area. So these are swamp fogans. If you have your little icon on right here, you can turn that on. There's swamp fogans that have it. The Nagas have it as well. Down in here. And I think the last one is also down in the swamp area. There's 2 types of there's a Fogan and a Naga one that you have to do. That one is pretty tricky. The Webfoot, a Desert Webfoot, and a Fogan one. So generally, just in this area, you'll get 2 out of 3, and then the Naga is the 3rd piece. So there's all 7. Let's see, what's next? Collect 3 fishing rods. If you want to make them yourself, you don't have to do it in Heidel, just literally any town. But what I did was, you can just make 3 fishing rods over here at the tool workshop. Make 3. Or you can just, once again, like everything else, just type fishing rod and buy 3 of them. So it doesn't matter what 3 you pick, just pick 3 of them. So if you can buy an old fishing rod, the 3 cheapest ones, I would recommend buying those, because you don't actually need it afterwards. You just need to have 3. So that's about it. Collect 3 keys. There's a bronze, silver, and gold key. Let me show you what they look like. Bronze key, gold key, and apparently don't have any on this silver key. So you get silver keys from fishing. You could just buy a silver key off the market, I believe. So yeah, just buy 100 of these. 100 of these equals 1 gold key. Or actually just buy 101 and then you have a silver and gold. And then to get the bronze key, there's a daily you do in Glish somewhere. So I think if you go in from here, the NPC is one of these 3, I believe. Either way, just circle around, find the person who's doing dailies. You can see their reward. One will be the bronze key. So either way, it's English. I can guarantee you that. See, okay, so we're on book 4 now, right? Okay, so collect items that can capture... I believe this is... Oh yeah, capture the thieves. So this one is... You can buy rope. You can actually buy these from the horse vendor, I believe, or like the stable master. Just buy, I don't think it really matters what kind, if there's multiple ones, but just get a rope, and then you traps, there's the other 4 you buy. Now, I don't know if it's sold out for you or not, but if you want to know how to make them, once again, you don't have to be in Heidel to do it. This is just like one of my main cities where I'm at. I don't remember which one. It was one of these somewhere. Somewhere in town, there's a place where you can make all the traps. Oh, there it is. So yeah, you just have to get to level 2, and you can make all of them. I think the hardest thing, or the hardest piece that people find, is probably the herbal gunpowder. So again, if you don't know how to get certain items, F2. F2 is your friend, or Google as well. So easy. All right, next we have collect 3 items that'll make you look presentable. Well, one of these is called a Fogan skin oil. I actually had to look this one up as well. You could get it English. Just talk to the trade manager English, and then just buy it off them. Just keep in mind, if you buy it, and it'll be put on your horse, and if your horse goes over weight limit, you can't like sprint through, and you're gonna have to bring it all the way to Alta Nova. So just keep that in mind. Another thing you can get, or you need 3 items total, and that was one of them, the trade item from the English trader. Another one is silk honeygrass. Literally just buy this one, or you probably have it if you have a node somewhere, but it's pretty cheap. And the third item is called Loria's hand mirror, and there's 2 ways to get this. I did this the hard way because I'm dumb and didn't know what I was doing. So this is the... Did I sell it? I don't know if I sold it. Hold on. I might have sold it. Oh, no, it's right here. So this is the item you're looking for. I would honestly recommend just buying it off the market because they're just sitting now. It's going to save you a lot of time before I explain the actual way how to get it. But you just buy it. It's not even that expensive. However, if you're like me and didn't have this guide before doing it, in Florin, 1-3, you can make it right here. I don't know if it's actually cheaper or not, but it definitely wasted more time. You're going to have to connect either Olvia or Calpheon to Florin because this doesn't have a storage individually. So I connected mine to Calpheon just because I already had these nodes by default. So all I had to do is put in like 2 more points into here and then buy the house in 1-3 to make this. So this is your end game, or your end goal is to get the hand mirror. So once again, if you don't have those nodes, just buy it off the market. It's actually easier. What do we have next? Collect items that are needed for confessing your love. How many people actually know this before, like, looking at a guide? I assume very few. One is a rose. You don't actually have to use the rose. I used a rosed vase because these are sold out when I was doing it. Obviously, you can just buy it right now. But the vase works as well. The individual one works as well. Perfume of Courage. I don't know if this one works. You could try it. But that one, like, literally, if you're just using it to do, like, the quest, get the one that's cheaper. And in the Olvia, there's an Olvia item from the trader. It's called Love Potion number 6. From the trader person somewhere in town. It's kind of like how in the other quests where you got the Fogan skin oil. You can get that there too. Collect items that'll help you cope with sadness. I think most of these you should have by default. Cold beer, cold draft beer. These are 2 out of 5. You probably have these already. Fruit wine. I don't know if there's a node for that where you make it yourself, but it's 3,000 silver. Just buy it. Date palm wine. This is your 4th one. Honey wine. It's your 5th one. You probably already have this one as well. So beer, 3 types. 2 beers, 2 beers, 3 wines. Collect items that'll help regain your spirit. I didn't really understand this one, but 4 of these are energy potions. I had to look up the other items because 4 of these you could buy energy potions. You can also get these in certain towns, like Velia. If you trade in your energy, you can get some of these as well. I think it's about 200 energy for the big one, 150 I think for this one, 100 for this one, and 50 for the small one. So about 500 energy for these. And this one didn't really make sense to me, but there are other 3 pieces you can use the Hercules set. Why does that work? I have no idea, but there's your 7 items. Potions, energy potions, Hercules might gear. And once again, you can just buy those or craft it somewhere. I believe Altanova makes them. Alright, that's 4. Now, book 5, the one that matters. I actually haven't finished this one. I know how to do it. I'm just lazy. Well, after this, you want to collect Ogre stuff. So there's 3 of them that are really easy to get, and 1 that might be a little bit tricky. I kind of got lucky a while back, like, I don't know, 6 months ago, and I got it from an event and just held on to the item because I kind of knew this was coming up. I just didn't know it was going to be 6 months later, so I just held on to the item, and that was how I got it done. So Ogre Blood is one of them. Ogre ring is the other one. This one is the expensive part. So if you are enhancing ogres at your own time, I would just hold on to one of them. They don't actually, the NPC doesn't take it to complete it. It just needs you to have it in your inventory at the time, so you're not losing it. Just buy an ogre ring. Get it from a rift boss if you don't actually want to spend the money. There's a thing called an ogre excrement. I believe that is the Western Guard Camp trade manager person right here. He sells it, just kind of like the previous quest that I've talked about, like the love potion and the glish item. This dude, he sells it. And then the last one is called a soiled ogre ring. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. I just kind of opened one because I finished the quest, so I had no need for it. However, if you are looking to get your own, somewhere in this area, there's like ogres, and if I remember correctly, there's an ogre spot somewhere down here-ish. I don't remember the exact area, but I do know that there are some ogres within like the Rudum station. In this general vicinity, there are random spots for it, which I know is a lot, but I know there's some around the catfish area because I've done this so many times, trying to level up all my characters to 50 and around that area, and then just like around here-ish, down here, there are ogres. The spawn isn't really that high, so it might be a little bit tricky. You could Google it, but just general idea. Around here as well, around here, and like, I guess giant post does count too if you could find one. But yeah, overall that's been pretty much all the important ones you have to do. Everything else, you know, by this point you should have your 1 AP, and if you don't, well, you probably screwed something up midway. Another one, I kind of just did this one because it's really easy. You need 1 trace of memory. You also need 1 memory fragment. If you've played this game for more than 1 week or like 1 day, you probably have a memory fragment. So yeah, that's all I've gotten to. Do I really have any interest in going to 6? I mean, eventually, I guess. But the only thing I guess I would say like 90% of the people care about is really just the 1 AP. So if there are other things that work that I didn't actually cover, feel free to leave it in the comments as well. It's always open to you like giving your input as well. But those are the things I have personally tested and made sure they worked before just like making this guide. So yeah. Most of this stuff, I would say you can buy them off the market, which is pretty good. There are a few tricky ones, like the ogre one, the soiled ogre ring. You might actually have to farm for a little bit for it. I don't know how hard it is to get. I got mine from the event and just held on to it, which paid off. But yeah, that's about it. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later and have a fantastic day.